They're off and running. Golden Yank, the bowler, stood there, missed it 3 lengths, and away quickly Fonzarelli with Grey Alex. Prime Address quickly finding his feet, is travelling forward. He'll be in front shortly. He goes around the outside, Prime Address, and takes it up a length and a half in front now from True Response, rushing up second. Third, Grey Alex, 2.5, Pete the Painter. 2 to Fonzarelli, a half then to Tarbob, 1 further back, Interim. Then came Golden Yank, who's tacked on around backdrop, at last of all King's Landing. Up the back, and the leader, Prime Address, he's fired up a little. True Response is a neck behind him, outside him, about 3 further back, Grey Alex. 2 to Pete the Painter, 3 further back, Fonzarelli. Interim getting up on the inside, running 6th. A length and a half, Tarbob, followed by Backdrop, who's following Interim. A length into Golden Yank, and last of all King's Landing. Up the back of the track at the 1250 metre mark, and it's Prime Address and True Response. True Response is keeping him honest, his favourite, up in front. They're 4 lengths in front now from Grey Alex. 3 further back, Pete the Painter. 2.5 further back, Fonzarelli. Interim getting a good run on the rail. 2 further back, Tarbob. 1 then to Backdrop. 2 further back, Golden Yank, and King's Landing back on the inside. Now True Response went to the front. He eased back there on Prime Address, and now Pete the Painter's gone up outside True Response, and they bunch at this stage. Prime Address now back behind them. Around them, Fonzarelli and Grey Alex. The race is really changing complexion. Interim off the fence, and Tarbob pushed out wide. Prime Address lost his spot, went back 5th. Now Pete the Painter in front from Grey Alex and Fonzarelli. A length then to Tarbob. Now Prime Address up on the bit again on the inside of Interim. 1 to King's Landing. True Response drop right out from Backdrop around him, and 2 to Golden Yank. Changing race, this one at the 600 metre mark, or just inside. Pete the Painter from Grey Alex. Fonzarelli under pressure. Interim about to get out and get the last crack at them, and Prime Address back on the fence waiting for the run. Then Tarbob into the straight. Pete the Painter in front. Interim pegging it back quickly out in the middle. Prime Address about to get off the fence, and then Fonzarelli. Pete the Painter the leader, but Interim has moved up now from Prime Address, and Fonzarelli out in the centre. Interim took the lead. Fonzarelli coming at him. It's Interim just in front. Prime Address fighting back. Interim from Fonzarelli near the line, and Interim. Interim has just won from either Fonzarelli and Prime Address. Pete the Painter 4th, further back then Backdrop, Grey Alex. Behind those, King's Landing, followed by Tarbob. A long gap in the race, True Response. Well, he worked that favourite early, and last of all is Golden Yank.
3 Iteram, $5.90 and $2. Photo second. 6 Fonzarelli, $2.60. 5 Prime Address, $1.70.
Number 3 Iteram, $5.90, $1.90. 3. The winner there, 6 Fonzarelli for second, possibly at $3.20, or number 5 Prime Address, $1.60. 3 into photo.
Been busy, and then he finally gave the lead away to True Response. Williams here on Prime Address, and then they stacked up, and a race of shuffling changes down inside the 800 metre mark. But Interim bided his time back on top of the ground today. A patient ride by Matty Gatt. He was asked to show patience on that horse, and that's what he certainly did show there, and he's got home. Judge calling for the photo for the minors. It'll be Fonzarelli from Prime Address, who with an easier run, Prime Address.
Well, they checked the minors at the back.
London House. Racing. Away to a pretty good start. Immediately Ocean Run dropped out to the back of the field, and Hoisted goes to the lead. Narrowly, though, from Angry Jet. Allied going up into third posse, followed by London House, who's caught a bit wide in the early stages from Canute. Further back in the field is Lucky Bear. Perpetual Check is racing 3 and 4 wide from King of Atlantis, French Legend. And Ocean Run 3 and 4 deep back at the rear, and would be about 10 lengths off the lead held by Hoisted. Racing down to the 1,000 marker, and Hoisted leads the way. About a length and a quarter Allied. Angry Jet third. A length and a half further back is London House, followed by Canute. 3/4 to 1 then coming Lucky Bear, and Perpetual Check still obliged to race pretty deep out from King of Atlantis. French Legend second last, and 2 lengths to the New Zealander Ocean Run. This is the order, working past the 700, and Hoisted making play from Allied. 3 to Angry Jet and London House, and 2 lengths Canute. On the inside of Lucky Bear from Perpetual Check, King of Atlantis, French Legend, and last of all is Ocean Run as they come to the corner. 500 left to go, and Hoisted has been the leader from the word go, and he swings about 3/4 Allied. 2 lengths to Angry Jet on the inside of London House, and then Lucky Bear, and the others headed by Canute, Perpetual Check, and King of Atlantis. Ocean Run is back second last with 250 to go. Hoisted the leader from Allied. On the outside, here's Lucky Bear joining in very swiftly with London House, King of Atlantis, and Perpetual Check, but Lucky Bear hits the front. On the inside, London House endeavouring to match it, and King of Atlantis flying. Lucky Bear still in front, and and Lucky Bear will win the first. Lucky Bear beat King of Atlantis and London House from Canute. Perpetual Check, Ocean Run, Allied. Hoisted dropped out and beat 2 to the line, and they were French Legend in company with Angry Jets.
3 Lucky Bear on the Super Tab to pay $7.70, $2.30. 2 King of Atlantis, $1.60. 9 London House, $5.60.
$2.40. King of Atlantis will pay $1.60. And the third place getter will be London House, who will pay $5.20. Those numbers are now semaphore-ed, 3, 2 and 9 in the first of the day, and Lucky Bear has run 132.68. 132.68. The record held by Kingston Shores on a good track at 128.96. They've run their last 600 here in 36.28. Lucky Bear, having its second start back since running 8th in the Queensland Derby, is trained by Jeff Mains at Warwick Farm for Mrs. KYT, and Miss KSMC is by Bellotto from Annie Bella, Bay Gelding 4, and was ridden by Grant Cooksley. Second placing going to number 2, King of Atlantis, who's by New Atlantis from Jenniferina. A Bay Gelding 6, Jeff Borgia, Corey Brown, and number 9, third London House, a Grey Gelding 4, Zadkin from Lily Augusta, Jeff Hall, Craig Carmody. The official 4th was number 6, and that was Canute.
Then today... and they bounced out in a good line too with Drop Anchor, one of the first to begin out wide on the track was Such a Pleasure, and Lucky Rule going fast. Goes through to head them up now, and over on the inside of it, Dane Quillo. So Lucky Rule led now from Drop Anchor, Dane Quillo, Rossetti Gold and Such a Pleasure. Except has gone back last to the main bunch. Fire Lake Tinicajura in front of it from Whiskey Glow, and Trale, and 8 lengths last of All My Life at the 600 metre mark, and on the inside Lucky Rule with Drop Anchor. Such a Pleasure pulling hard has gone up third on the outside, a length into Rossetti Gold. Outside it, Dane Quillo. Fire Lake has gone up 3 deep, 2 further back except around Tinicajura. Whiskey Glow the fence, 2 to Trale, hard ridden, and 4 last of All My Life. On the turn, Lucky Rule, Drop Anchor from Such a Pleasure. Behind them, Rossetti Gold trying to get out. Then Fire Lake except up the centre of the track from Dane Quillo, and further back Tinicajura. It's Lucky Rule and Drop Anchor from Rossetti Gold getting out from Fire Lake. They look the main chances. Halfway up the running, it's Lucky Rule, Drop Anchor, and now Fire Lake out wide. It's Lucky Rule fighting back just in front. Fire Lake coming out at Lucky Rule in front of Fire Lake. They hit it. Almost a dead heat here. Lucky Rule, Fire Lake couldn't separate them. Flying home behind those is Desert. Just behind them, Whiskey Glow, a big run. It's probably got up to run third from My Life. They've rattled home those back markers. Drop Anchor weakened from Dane Quillo, Rossetti Gold. Then Tinicajura, followed by Trale. Well back was Except near the tail, and Such a Pleasure has pulled up pretty quickly.
Placings Gold Coast, 12.8.14. Seabreeze getting it, 12.8.14. Second at Caulfield, a photo, 3 Fire Lake, 14.50, $4. Number 11 Lucky Rule, 37.30 and 7.40. 10 Whiskey Glow for third, 4.20.
Okay, 3 Fire Lake if it gets it, 15.50 and 4 even, or number 11 Lucky Rule, $40.20 and 8.10, and for third possibly 10 Whiskey Glow, 5.60.
Number 2 with Lucky Rule and Fire Lake. Now let's have a look. The print is up, and there is a margin for Lucky Rule, number 11. It's got in by a whisker. Lucky Rule has hung on here to beat Fire Lake. And the third will probably, just waiting on that third number to go up, but just having trouble with this semaphore here.
His stand. Presses the button and they're off. Alman's Joy, Praise Indeed, and Babu's Boy just a little slowly into stride. The early leader is Ray's Dream from Count Remy. Crows Before Dawn and Nias not far back, and then Seen Before Diabolical. A couple to Alman's Joy racing on the outside of Babu's Boy, and about 6 lengths to Praise Indeed. At the end of 300 metres, and Count Remy runs to the front narrowly from Ray's Dream. About a half length in it, a length and a half to Nias on the outside of Crows Before Dawn. Nias obliged to race pretty wide out, 2.5 lengths to Seen Before, 3/4 the inside of that mare is Diabolical. A couple of lengths to Alman's Joy, 1 to Babu's Boy, and 4 lengths to Praise Indeed. Coming down the side of the track and going along to the 800, and Count Remy shows the way, 3/4 Nias, Ray's Dream on the inside third, and then Crows Before Dawn. A little more than a length to Seen Before on the outside of Diabolical, and 2 to Babu's Boy, and then Alman's Joy, who's back about 8 lengths off the lead, and 6 lengths to Praise Indeed. Down towards the corner at the 550, and the leader now Narrowly, though, is Count Remy from Nias. Ray's Dream the inside of Crows Before Dawn being called upon now, and then Diabolical seen before. Babu's Boys tending to drop off, and Jimmy Cassidy riding hard on Elman's Joy. It's only got one behind it, Praise Indeed, as they travel to the 250, and Ray's Dream shot through on the inside. Diabolical's giving chase, followed by Crows Before Dawn and seen before the outside. Ray's Dream in front, seen before. The stablemate is coming home quickly with Diabolical and Crows Before Dawn. Seen before, and Diabolical are going to fight it out as they reach the line. Oh, nothing in this. Nothing between Seen Before and Diabolical. Very tight with Crows Before Dawn just behind them next with Ray's Dream. At the head of the others then on the extreme outside, Babu's Boy, Alman's Joy, Count Remy. Praise Indeed beat one to the post, and that was Nias.
Super tab number 6, Seen Before, if it's got it, $7 and $2, or 7 Diabolical, 10, 10, 240, with 2 Crows Before Dawn for third, $2 even.
Many of those 11 second placings have been so close. And we stand by for the result. Now, the result will have to come via the judge, personally delivered, because the infield board is inoperable, and it's a very close finish, this. Seen Before the outside, and Diabolical coming at it over on the inside. And here's the number coming up. Number 7 gets there, Diabolical. Number 7, Diabolical, has been able to score, written by Larry Cassidy. Second goes to number 6, Seen Before, written by Bob Alyssa. And number 2, Crows Before Dawn, written by Jay Sheehan in third spot. 7, 6 and 2 are the official placings. Diabolical having his first start since the early part of March. So 35 starts for 5 wins, 11 seconds and 6 thirds. He's by Nassapur from Double Liz, a 6-year-old chestnut gelding trained by John Hawkes. Written by Larry Cassidy, beating Seen Before by a whisker. By Senek from Just Before, a Baymare 5, Brian Guy. The trainer, and Crows Before Dawn, a grey horse 7 by Sea Swell from Wonder Anders, trained by Bede Murray, written by Justin Sheehan. The time for the race, 1:32.61. That's just a little quicker than the first. I'll just make a bird of that timer. 1:32.61 and 36.28, coincidentally, if that timer is spot on, is exactly the same sectional for the last 600 metres. Okay, so there we...
Off and running here in the third for the day, and they bounced as one of the first out. Archwin, Ancient City getting back with Pearl Prince, and away quickly here. On the outside, going to the front, Principe Walk from Dancing Sculptor settling down, and Hawksmoor goes up third. For the back, Gold Boom. On the inside, Archwin, Sundust pushing up in the middle. Lord Quickstep just in that pack. A length and a half, Jezebel from Ancient City and Pearl Prince. Principe Walk in front, but take it on quickly by Dancing Sculptor, and Gold Boom's whipped around the outside to take it up now. Gold Boom moved a length and a half and put a bit of speed into the race now from Dancing Sculptor, third, Principe Walk. 1 further back, Hawksmoor fourth. 1.5, Sundust, a length into Lord Quickstep. 2 to Archwin from Pearl Prince. Back in the middle is Jezebel, and last of all, Ancient City. At the 650, and Gold Boom about 2.5 in front now. From in second placing is Dancing Sculptor. A half further back, Principe Walk. 1 further back, Hawksmoor. They're followed by Lord Quickstep and Pearl Prince. Sundust the inside. 2 lengths then to Archwin, Jezebel, and Ancient City last of all. On the turn, they race inside the 500. Gold Boom from Principe Walk getting out and going to him quickly. 2 further back, Dancing Sculptor, and joining in Hawksmoor down the centre. Then Sundust, and further back in the race, Lord Quickstep. Gold Boom's gone, and Hawksmoor has hit the front down at the 200-metre mark and lifted and shot away. Race 3 lengths in front of Principe Walk, Lord Quickstep, then Ancient City and Dancing Sculptor. It's all over. Hawksmoor's going to canter home, and Hawksmoor wins 2.5. Second, terrific go, Lord Quickstep or Ancient City. They've just tipped out Principe Walk for the place. A gap, Dancing Sculptor, then Archwin, further back, Sundust, followed by Pearl Prince, Jezebel, and Gold Boom. He ran last.
4 Hawksmoor, 4.30 and 1.90. Photo the Miners, 5 Lord Quickstep, 1.60. 7 Ancient City, $2.10.
Okay, number 4, Hawksmoor, 4.80 and $2 even. 5 Lord Quickstep, 1.30, and 7 Ancient City, $2.20. For the winner of Photo the Miners.
Horse back on top of the ground today, and he joined in and put 3 lengths on them, and he's won well. Lightly raced horse, plenty of ability, had plenty of problems too. 16 starts for 7 wins. Number 4, Hawksmoor. Fabian Alessi has won easily. It's a good go for the Miners, and the eye catcher certainly was Ancient City. He's last inside the 600, Ancient City, and he figures in a photo here with Lord Quickstep.
In club's colours, pink, green armbands, green cap. Racing, and one of the best to break the line was the Canberra Galloper Speed Week, who speeds straight to the leader. Length Brilliance and Zodiac Star. Length and a half further back in the field is Vanilla Court, followed by Traditional Captain Daniels, Border Lord, and then comes on the inside Glamour Shading Lease, and 1.5 to Ice King. Racing past the 750 and Speed Week, he's really keen to go. He's a length on Brilliance, third is Zodiac Star, 2 lengths Vanilla Court on the outside of Traditional. Length and a half to Captain Daniels, 2 to Border Lord and Glamour's, followed by Lease, who's back about 8 to 10 lengths off the lead, and a length further away behind Lease as they come to the corner. Ice King, 500 left to go, and Speed Week leads by a length on Brilliance, being pushed along. Travelling third is Zodiac Star, looking for the way through, then Traditional away from the rails now. Glamour's going up on the inside from Captain Daniels and Vanilla Court, and then Ice King. Lease back second last. They come to the 250, and quickly on the outside Zodiac Star put paid to Speed Week. Traditional out after Zodiac Star, and Glamour's running a nice race, and then comes Lease, but it's Zodiac Star, 100 to go, the leader. Traditional on the outside, trying his heart out. Zodiac Star in front. Traditional's got him. Yep, Traditional. Oh, what a return. Traditional now a gelding. No Zodiac Star and Lease. Oh, wasn't that a run first up? And then came at the head of the others Ice King, Glamis, Captain Daniels. Speed Week has dropped out of it and beat 3 in Brilliance in company with Vanilla Court and Border Lord.
Super Tab number 6 rather, Traditional has got the verdict according to Ian, 390, 160, 7 Zodiac Star to pay 250, and 5 Lease placed dividend of 190.
But Traditional in the last little bit has done too well for him. And what about Lease? What a big run by it for third. Numbers 6, 7, 5 in New South Wales. Number 6 Traditional, $4, $1.70. Number 7 Zodiac Star, $2.50. Number 5 in the third spot, Lease, $1.90. The time for the race, 1:12:02, 36:46 sectional. Traditional now a gelding. He was gelded after the Castlemaine in Brisbane after the run there on the 8th of June. And he certainly looks as though he's set for a very big spring. By Bureaucracy from Belletristic, a 3-year-old grey gelding, syndicated by Harry Lawton. Harry's got a share in him with also Louis Kawenga, Peter Miller, R.A. Sykes, R.F. Jones and S. Day Chanel, Bob Thompson the trainer, and Shane Dyer the winning rider. Number 7, second Zodiac Star, a 3-year-old chestnut colt by Victory Prince from Scorpio, Darren Smith, Corey Brown. And number 5, Lease, motoring home solidly, and he looks as though he's right on target now for the big middle distance races in the springtime for the 3-year-olds by Quest for Fame from Charter, John Hawkes, Larry Cassidy. 9 ran 4th, and that was Ice King. Winning margin.
Given they're off and running this time, and they came out in a pretty good line, although Red Nelda didn't want any part of the start and couldn't go early. It's tailed off early, and first out Listening's Joy from Flirty Bird. Moving forward, Royal Centurac around the outside from Market Up, Quiet Style going forward now from Crystalero. 2 to Hit and Run, No Mystery, and further back Shangadays, Robley Lass. Barded Brighter's back a fair way today, followed by Lamormany and 3 to Red Nelda. Over the top of the hill they race now, and Royal Centurac takes up the front. Quiet Style goes up second, Flirty Bird third. Fourth, Market Up, a half Listening's Joy, 1 Crystalero 6, the length into Hit and Run. From the Barded Bride, 3 deep around the outside of No Mystery, 3 further back, then Robley Lass outside Shangadays, 2 to Lamormany, and last of all is Red Nelda. Only an even speed as they turn down the side towards the 900 metre mark, and it's Royal Centurac slowing them up in front, about a neck in advance of Quiet Style. Flirty Bird is third, inside Arcade Up fourth, Wonder Listening's Joy and Crystalero, and poking right up on the inside, Hit and Run made some ground quickly and moved up on the inside to get to fourth. Crystalero just dropped the bit there. Around it went to the Barded Bride, then No Mystery, and further back Shangadays, Lamormany, Robley Lass, 4 to Red Nelda last of all. Royal Centurac about a head in front from Quiet Style, Flirty Bird. When they come to the turn, 2 to Hit and Run, who's got up to fourth. Then came further back in the race the Barded Bride from Listening's Joy, No Mystery. Well back Crystalero pulling out deep in the straight. Royal Centurac grabbed by Quiet Style, who hit the front. Hit and Run got into the clear from No Mystery, and down the centre Flirty Bird from Listening's Joy, and Crystalero with a late run, but Quiet Style in front at the 100, kicked away 2.5 in front of Hit and Run. Royal Centurac, Crystalero flying down the outside, but Quiet Style will get home. Quiet Style has scored about a length and 3/4. Close second Crystalero or Royal Centurac just from Hit and Run. Listening's Joy and No Mystery, and further back Shangadays. Further back in the race then came Robley Lass the outside, then Lamormany, Arcade Up, then Flirty Bird, the Barded Bride, and Red Nelda back at the tail.
11 Quiet Style, 11.60, 3.80, 1 Crystalero, 2.40, 6 Royal Centuric, $3.70.
11 Quiet Style Super Tab, $11.370. 1 Crystalero, $2.50, and 6 for third Royal Centuriac, $3.40.
Got past Royal Centuriac. And Quiet Style, number 11, Lucas Dowson, has won. Number 11, around $11.370. It's had a comfortable win. And he didn't take the allowance, Dowson. He couldn't claim the 1.5. Photo for the minors to separate Crystalero and Royal Centuriac are the two prominent there, I think, for memory. Just waiting on these numbers to go up. Yes,
correct way to Adelaide.
Had hit and run on Royal Centuriac. Crystalero gets second, about a short head.
Soon be off and running. Racing in the Concorde, Pleasure Giver immediately dropped out to the tail of the field, and Masked Party from the outside. Ali flew the lids and leads about a length on, settling down from Notoire and Kid Lad, and then Confiscate, followed closely by Valerina, Perfect Rapture, My Halo Broke, then Prowl mustering some speed, Specialised wide out, so too is Coogee Walk, and then comes Pleasure Giver, a long margin to Basile Bay, and Blazing Steel is last down the side near the 600 pole, and Kid Lad works to the lead from Masked Party, third Posse, Notoire, and Valerina fourth around Confiscate, and then comes Perfect Rapture, Prowl a little worse than midfield over Specialised, My Halo Broke, Coogee Walk, and then Pleasure Giver, Basile Bay, and last of all is Blazing Steel, straightening up in the Concorde, and Kid Lad drifting out to the centre of the track, joined on the inside by Notoire. Confiscate a length away third, and 2 lengths to Masked Party, followed by Valerina and Specialised at a gap, Perfect Rapture and Coogee Walk, but Notoire reaches the lead. 120 to go, Notoire from Confiscate, and it's a battle royal between the two. Notoire the inside, Confiscate is coming home the better, and Confiscate got there from Notoire. Blazing Steel flew for third, and then Kid Lad, Pleasure Giver, Specialised, Masked Party, My Halo Broke, and then Coogee Walk, followed by Basile Bay. Good margin, Perfect Rapture, Valerina, and Prowl has finished tailed right off.
Regwade, Perth.
Well,
For Confiscate, 12.70, 4.30. 3 Notoire, 2.75. Blazing Steel, 3.60. Treble on 7, 6, 4, 687.20.
Community Club Concorde Stakes. And victory going to number 4, Confiscate, ridden by Rod Quinn, has paid $12.10 and $4.30. Number 3 is second. Notoire, ridden by Jimmy Cassidy, has returned $3 on the New South Wales tote. And Blazing Steel again rushing home late, number 5 for third at $4.40. Quinella 54 even, $106.90 exacta, and a big trifecta of $1,562.60. The time was 1:05.14, 1:05.14. They've run the last 635.41. Now, Chris Muntz has dismounted from Prowl. Unfortunately, Prowl has bled. Prowl, unfortunately, has bled during the running of the Concorde Stakes, and that is shocking luck. And we'll have a steward's report into that particular situation as soon as practicable. Oh, that is shocking luck, isn't it, for the connections?
Racing. Dane Ripper jumped with them. They came out in a good line. And a first out, Plushka down on the inside. Dane Ripper's with them early, and Willoughby starting to slide over. Second coming, pushing up. Umrum further out on the track when they settle down from Sir Boom and La Volta. Our Silky Yoke followed by Silver Glade, and further back in the race, Aerosmith as Willoughby takes up the lead. Then Brave Prince, and further back Markham and Doremus last of all. The Western Australian Willoughby moved forward now by 2.5 coming down the side. Sir Boom went up second, third Plushka 1 second coming. Umrum's gone up 3 deep, fifth. The length further back, Dane Ripper. She's running sixth, about 4 lengths off the lead. Outside her, La Volta. Then our Silky Yoke, and further back in the race came Silver Glade. Then Aerosmith, followed by, back behind those, Brave Prince. 2 lengths further back is Markham, and 3 to Remus. 600 to go in the Memsie. Willoughby a half in front now from Sir Boom. Umrum's gone up on the outside, 1.5 lengths. Plushka second coming, and La Volta, our Silky Yoke. Dame Ripper's got locked away back on the inside of Silver Glade when they turn for home. Straightening up now, and Willoughby the leader, 1.5 lengths. Umrum followed by Sir Boom. Further back in the races, Plushka back to the inside, Dane Ripper. La Volta down the centre of the track, and they're followed by Brave Prince and Aerosmith. Willoughby in front from Umrum and La Volta. Back to the inside, Dane Ripper starting to come home well, but Willoughby's a length in front. Dane Ripper starting to pick it back on the inside. Willoughby the leader. The Dane is starting to flash to it. She's got up to win, Dane Ripper. Mighty mare wins it a neck on the line, Willoughby. La Volta grabbed third, fourth home is Umrum. They're followed by Doremus making ground. down from Plashka Saboom. Further back, Aerosmith, followed by Brave Prince. Markham pulling up quickly after the line from second coming. Then our Silky Oak and Silver Gladers last of all.
12 Dane Ripper, 290, 150, 2 Willoughby, 160, 14 Lavolta, 320.
12 Dane Ripper, 310, 160, 2 Willoughby, 1.
The rails from Dane Ripper to claim Willoughby and take the Group 2 Memsie. Willoughby was hailed home, but the mare dug into her enormous depths of talent. What great courage, fantastic determination, and she's drove through on the rails to beat Willoughby. And the time is 1:22.85.
Was going to lead. Well, it's Warning Express for young Jason Lee out by a length or so. On Bozeman pretty wide. Slider going forward, then Supergrass, Lightwork, Latin Bayer and 2 lengths to Ultimate Power. Over the crossing at the 1800 metres, and Slider is the leader from Bozeman with Warning Express back to third now. Travelling fourth is the 3-year-old filly Lightwork. Latin Bayer is on the outside of Supergrass, and Ultimate Power is the tail ender. They swing the first corner, 1500 metres to go, and Brian York has Slider leading the way, out by about 3/4 of a length on Bozeman. A little more than a length away, third is Warning Express at its quarters on the outside, Lightwork. 2 to the Tyree train, Galloper, Latin Bayer around Supergrass, and a length and 3/4 to Ultimate Power as they work along the back of the track and go to the 1200, and Slider shows the way with York well up on the irons. Slider out about 3/4 of a length on the top weight, Bozeman for Shane Dye. Travelling the third is Warning Express, getting a nice run behind the speed, followed closely then by Lightwork. Supergrass inside Latin Bayer, and Ultimate Power's last. Well, there's been very little alteration for the last 600 odd metres, and as they work onto the side of the track and go down to the 800 pole, and Slider the leader, about a half length or so on Bozeman, just keeping it Slider, and in fact Bozeman on the outside joins Slider almost. 2 lengths further back is Warning Express, racing on the inside of the youngest horse in the race. That's Lightwork from Latin Bayer. Ultimate Power taking off, and Supergrass is relegated to last as the small field bunches considerably. Up to the bend at the 500, and Slider again got away a shade. 3/4 of a length on Bozeman, continuing to sweep right around them, Ultimate Power. Warning Express can't get clear, and then Lightwork, and Latin Bayer's a long way back with Supergrass. At the 250, Bozeman again having a shot at Slider. Warning Express getting around their heels now, followed by Lightwork who struggles, and then Ultimate Power. Bozeman and Slider clear of Warning Express, Lightwork and Ultimate Power. Bozeman put the nose in front. Slider's coming back on the inside. Slider, Bozeman as they reach the line. Bozeman did best. Bozeman a nostril Slider. Warning Express third, followed home by Lightwork, Supergrass, Latin Bayer, and Ultimate Power died on his run to finish at the tail of the field.
Number 1 Bozeman, 390 and 210. 2 Slider to pay 250. No third for 3.
Bozeman, Slider, well, he's run 4 consecutive thirds, and now he's run a second, and he's paid 230. And there'll be no third for Warning Express. Only a slender margin in it on the line, however. Hang on to your tickets until the weight comes through, of course. Bozeman, number 1, written by Shane Dye, and Slider, number 2, written by Brian York, hitting the line in a very tight finish to the 5th event of the day, in which the time is 2:06.83. There's the number 1, Bozeman first, number 1 the winner. 2 is second, that is Slider, Brian York, and 3, Warning Express, written by Jason Lee, third. 1, 2, 3. So the hand
Racing Theatre's gone away with them, beat out Coed on the outside of it, and away quickly Spice Girl began like a rocket, and going forward also Spellmaker. Theatre's pushing up on the inside. Spellmaker got the lead now from outside at Spice Girl, a half further back Theatre. They broke out about 3 or 4 lengths. Juma League further back in the race, Piccadilly Circus Coed. Major Fun, Beggars Opera further back, Special